All right, welcome everyone. Welcome back to our handball podcast. Oh, God bless technical difficulties.
All
Oh,
right,
okay.
welcome
Oh,
everyone.
jeez.
Welcome back to
Let me. I gotta get off Twitch here.
handball
Oh, okay.
podcast.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God bless technical difficulties. All right. Bye, bye Twitch. We're still streaming, so hopefully I don't have Twitch up to do this. So we'll figure it out. Anyways. With that being said, welcome back everyone to Shootin Straight with JD and Joey, a handball podcast. I'm joined, as always, with my good friend, Mr. Joseph Williams, future Esquire. So, Joey, how we doing this fine Sunday evening?
If I was doing any better, my friend JD, it would be illegal.
And as a future lawyer, you know all about what is legal and what is not legal. I hope. So
At some point, I will learn that, but right now, as a first-year law student, I don't know very much. But maybe at some point,
I'll
figure that out.
One day. Good. For those of you that are new to the show, if you look below, oh geez, I gotta get the camera. Those are our topics for today. So we got a wide range of things. We're gonna try to hit that hour mark. We've been pretty close every time. So, if you get bored with us pretty soon, fine.
Which you won't be.
Hang up. I mean, we're pretty just lively dudes. So first, let's just kind of go over what we got here. The hot takes on the agenda. We got, if you could play in any country, where would it be? Pretty self-explanatory. Least favorite team to play against. Again, another self-explanatory one. Might you do some thinking on. We got the American Handball Draft analysis. So for those of you that aren't aware, we had a draft last Sunday. It was a total technological disaster, but I think a lot of the players are happy with their selections. Then we got Build a Baller. It's kind of like Build a Bear, but we're building a handballer. As always, we got 5 ingredients. What's for dinner? So we're gonna call someone live on the air, and they're gonna give us 5 ingredients, and we're gonna hang up. So I have not told anybody who it is, and so hopefully they play along. Otherwise, this is going to be tragic. Not the first time in talk show history that this has happened. And finally, Joey and I to what's the word I'm looking for? Give a little kudos to our Irish compatriots. We have Irish All-Star team. So let's get things rolling.
To the Leicester Handball Podcast.
Oh, I don't know about that. We had like freaking I caught like 2 viewers last time, so. I don't know. I checked Twitch, but as I just said, when I have it open on my computer, it just sends us into a loop of disaster. So I'm going to pull it up on my phone. While I'm doing that, Joey, why don't you get us started with our first bullet there? If you could play in any country, where would it be? You have preface with the fact that you have played in what? Probably like 5, 6 countries?
Yeah, so I guess in a typical law school fashion, I'm going to have to say it depends on the circumstances of where I'm playing and where I would theoretically be playing and why, because I am obviously not good enough to be playing anywhere.
It's all a hypothetical world. Let's say you're guaranteed a spot on a team. It's not necessarily like first league. It's a let's say you're guaranteed a second or third league spot.
Okay. Can I make a living? Like, isn't it like everything's taken care of, or do I have to also get a side job?
Nope. You're set. But
okay,
like
I'm not sure about the
low
second
set.
Okay.
Like a third German, like a second everywhere else kind of thing.
I'm a man of modest needs, so I can get by just as long as I have
a little help from your friends.
If that's with a little bit of help from my friends, precisely. I think Croatia. If all things being equal, I had a place to live and I could play. Croatia's just sweet, and it's a big handball country, so there's actually
go back to Split. Would you go back to Split?
That would be. I would make like a banana and Split.
Yeah, there are endless jokes there. Awesome. I'm sure none of the people in Split actually know any of the jokes that we would lay down on them, but I'm sure it'd be a funny time. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, that place was unreal.
It's
Definitely.
a
How about
beautiful
yourself?
countryside too. I mean, I've always get on Google Maps and just kind of look at random places, and like the Croatian coastline, it's pretty
Dude,
wild.
it's unbelievable. It like I would have never guessed in a million years like Croatia was a nice
Yeah,
place,
that's to
let
me,
alone
it's like Eastern European. Like, why would I ever want to go there? It just smells like soup and
bro.
dark, angry people. So, but that's not the case.
No, dude. It is fun. And that's where like Split specifically, they have Ultra, which is like a big music festival. And it's just like kind of like a Cancun, I guess, of Europe. It's just Croatia.
Everybody goes there. Cool,
Yeah.
good. It's good.
Fun.
Good place to be. I personally have bias towards Sweden. Every
Mm,
time I've gone there, it's been a blast. Like, I mean, just I don't know. The people are nice. The culture is great. There's a lot of things to do there. Just a healthy environment. A lot of cool scenery. Good environments and whatnot, biomes and what.
sure.
Handball's pretty solid as well. So I would gladly you know play at any second or third league team there, and that's the goal one day. I think is that since my wife doesn't watch this, we've talked about she would not allow me to go over to Europe now and coach a
Why?
professional season or play professionally. So, like, for instance, I wanted to play just one, like Ryan Peterson did. I wanted to go play one season,
Or Joey Williams did.
or yeah, or exactly. Sorry. My
No, that's
my
fine. I'm just sitting
apologies.
right
My
here. Whatever.
apologies.
No,
Um,
it's cool. Go ahead.
so, so I wanted to go play just like one season for fun, like you guys did, and she said no. Well, it's not that she said no. My coach said no. You need to focus on coaching, not your playing career's done.
Your coach being who?
I'm not gonna name names. I ain't no rat. I ain't no rat.
Oh, all right.
So,
All right.
anyways, I don't disagree with him, but it's just from a fun standpoint. I wanted to give it a go, but so he told me I should pursue more coaching. So I wanted to look into coaching. You know, a pretty low tier team just for fun. And she
Yeah.
and I agreed that when our kids turn 15, that we will do homeschooling for a year, and I'll bring one of them over with me. So then I can coach, and they can basically explore Europe as a 15-year-old kid. So I think that's a pretty fair trade. So
I don't want to pour.
I'll be like 40 something, assuming we have kids soon.
Dude, just go now. Go to EC. They have a coaching training program with Klaus, and you can coach a team.
Yep.
Just bring Kaylee along. Have her be a coach as well.
Tough sell. Tough sell.
Damn.
Anyways, we talked
all
about
right.
if I had gotten. She said we could move to Europe if I could get her a castle. So you can go to castlesforsale.com, and they're actually reasonably priced. Like, you can get a 14th century castle for like $400,000. So
Where?
France. It doesn't have plumbing or anything like that. It's literally like just an old giant stone building. It's
You're
sweet looking. Oh, it's real. Yeah, exactly. So that'd be cool, but not worth the effort.
Yeah.
We have a fairly new house, and I do like not having to change anything. It's nice.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, the renovations, or
means
the
something.
installation, it's temporary. Once you do that, it's installed. I mean, you got to keep it up, but then for the rest of your life, you have a castle.
Right. That's true. That's true. So one day when this podcast takes off, then we can just buy that castle, and it'd be like handball's mecca. Deal. So outside of Handball City, USA. So
of course. Well, that would be Handball Castle Europe.
Yeah, it's like the UFC Fight Island. So
yeah,
dude, that would have been nuts.
Can I spoil an idea for you right now?
Go.
Just don't. Between you, me, and all the listeners here, I was talking.
Pause. To my brother just so you know that we right now have 0 listeners. So continue. Actually, we have one.
Once this gets recorded.
Yeah.
Who is it?
It doesn't say.
Oh, well, shout out to whoever's listening right now. But you're going to want to really turn up the volume for this idea, because the Detroit River is gigantic, and there's Great Lakes boats that go up and down all day. And they're gigantic. And so my brother's like, it'd be sick, like just as a joke, to like, hey, you could like play a handball match on a boat. I was like, wait a second. We could 1000% actually do that, and it would be sick. So that is on the list. Keep an eye out for that.
Nothing like a little riverboat gambling handball operation.
Right?
Oh my. We go up and down the Ohio River. You guys come down to us, and we could go
there
down
you go.
Washington Law Ozark. We could freaking...
that would be badass. Come on now. It could be like a tour. It would be like the UFC.
Oh
like,
my gosh.
Tour.
We start in Chicago. We go down the Mississippi and just hit... Oh my gosh.
Dude, end up in New Orleans.
How much does it cost to buy a boat like that?
Probably less than a castle, if I were to guess.
It would be less than a castle. This is where I need my, hey Google, how much does it cost to buy a riverboat? How much does it cost to buy a riverboat? Because like that, and the whole, it'd be like think of it like an aircraft carrier. It's just all flat up there, like freaking ball goes over the side. Yeah, here's a lucky fan. You know, there you go, Mr. Gator.
End up in Windsor, dude.
A canal boat, which is I assume kind of what we're talking about, is $100,000. But a cabin cruiser.
It's a cabin cruiser.
I don't know. That sounds a little bit more fancy. All right, catamaran, 10,000. That's not bad. Yeah, I wish I had a picture here.
Unstable. Yeah, we can just look that up.
I think canal boat's what we're looking for. So that sounds like it's in the $100,000 range.
You know, it has a lot of canal boats. Sweden, I think.
So, I think this is. I'm serious. I like this idea. Like, worst thing happens, like we could just lease the boat. We don't need to buy it. We just lease it for like a day. We just. Oh my gosh. This is glorious.
Don't copy my idea, JD.
No, this is never a copy. This is a team effort. This is team
Why
effort.
did I say that, JD? This is going to be a collaborative effort.
Jeez Louise. Okay, I'm writing this down, people. It's going on the book. Okay. What do we want to call it? What's the name?
I don't know. Handball on a boat.
We'll catch your name. It's somewhere.
Yeah, we can bounce that.
All right. Handball on a boat for now. If listeners, if you got a better idea for a name, please let us know. We'll cut you 2% of all profits.
Yes.
Subject to negotiations. Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow, that was an excellent tangent. I'm glad that came up. Beautiful. All right. So next we got build a baller. So what we're gonna do, folks, is we're going to build our own perfect handballer at each position, and we're only to do. We'll just do one position per week. How's that sound? So we'll do a wing, a backcourt, center back, pivot, goalie, and we'll throw in a defensive specialist. So we'll build the key attributes of each of those positions, and then next week we'll do somebody else. So who do you want to start with this week? I'll put the ball in your court.
It's your idea, JD.
Oh, geez, so he's passing it back. Let's start with the easy one, which is for us the goalkeeper position. So
yes, there you go.
I'll kick it back to you. So give me a key attribute. I'm gonna write these freaking down so we got it documented.
All right. Handsome.
Okay, handsome. Good looks. Okay, GK attributes.
Lacrosse background.
Lax background. Charming. All right.
Literate. Algebraic.
He's going into school now.
Crispy.
Okay. He is like a nice piece of toast.
All right, JD.
All right.
Your turn.
To me, I want him to be massive. Like, I look at you and me, and we're both on the smaller spectrum of goalies, and I feel like it makes it more difficult for us sometimes.
Hold the phone.
Okay.
Who's the best goalkeeper in history? in your opinion?
That I'm aware of is Omie, and he's
All right, second best.
our size. Matthias Anderson is I don't know. He's probably not the best in history.
Not a huge guy.
Right.
Not a huge
Yeah.
guy.
He is actually a 6'1", I think. I looked it up once. So
it's not gigantic.
No, it's not gigantic.
It's like in 3 inches tall.
So the thing is, like, goalie is such a mind game position. So like you said, he had to be like charming and, you know, fun. I think goalies have to be like a little bit crazy. Like, you have to be like a mental manipulator, I would say. Like, somebody that's you have to like psychoanalyze every person you're going against. At least that's what I do. Like, I look at them and I am just playing a cat and mouse game with them the entire game. So I'm just documenting, you know, each time they shoot, where it was the previous time, what they're doing in each situation, you know, if I'm baiting them this way, things like that. So I think like being a little crazy.
I'm not that smart.
And an analyst.
So
well, yeah, you still get it. You make it work. So everybody's got their different quirks. All right. So I like everything else you listed because in America, like almost all of the American handball goalies, I'd say besides Alden and Gabe, have a lacrosse background.
Does Finch?
Which Finch, true. Finch doesn't.
I feel like Finch might.
He doesn't.
He's from Ann Arbor.
I don't think he does.
He's an.
Why don't we We will call Finch for the ingredients. That's
I don't want it. That's double dipping. Though.
All right, we'll call. I got an. I know who we'll call. I got a guy.
Okay.
You got
Ghostbusters.
Me. Yeah, exactly. So I would also like to say that they have to have good eyesight because it's very important to see the ball. Reflexes aren't. I don't know. It's nice, but you know, I look at somebody like a Renee when he plays goalie, or like my goalie coach D-May. Like, they both play the big man because like everybody's got their different style. So he plays like big man goalie, and they just don't move. They just like come into my house. You know, it's just a freaking brick wall. So I would say reflexes are nice, but not necessary. So I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I have the reflexes of a
footwork is key, like fast feet. You got to be like Jackie Chan out there.
Flexibility.
I know, like, I don't know, did you ever do like taekwondo or martial arts or anything like that?
I'm a black belt.
Me too.
When I was 8 years old, I got my black belt. But it was like YMCA karate.
Okay, well, still something.
I think it was like just karate. What'd you get?
I was taekwondo, so I got it. It was like,
that's an Olympic sport.
Yeah, I still like know a lot of the stuff, but now like looking back, like all of my like kick saves are 100% from that. So like it's all the same
that's
technique.
Hilarious.
So aspiring handball goalies get into lacrosse and some form of martial arts.
Taekwondo.
Well, that's what Ibrahimovic
does.
Taekwondo.
Really?
Ibrahimovic is big into like martial arts. Like, that's how he does all his crazy like kicks and stuff. Sorry, I keep cutting you off. So just sidebar.
I think there's like delay. So
okay.
But USA Taekwondo is like in similar straits as USA Team Handball. I think that and like
ping pong.
It might be like
I know
USA it's judo or something.
I know it's ping pong and us, and we're the bottom dwellers of Team USA. So
we're the redheaded stepchildren.
Yeah, like we're in the family, but like FedEx dropped us off, and you know, nobody's really like, why is he still here, kind of thing sometimes. So I'm just gonna keep mumbling on that one.
Like a semester abroad in Colorado Springs, where we went to the
training center,
whatever it's called, the training center. Yeah. And I was telling people like I'm into handball, and they like just laughed in my face. And I was like, oh, okay. Cool. And then I asked one person who's like a strength and conditioning guy, like how much he's done with handball. And he's like, nobody does anything with handball. I was like, oh, that explains a lot.
Yep. All right, well, let's keep moving here. So next we got least favorite team to play against. Your whole career,
what's the criteria?
I would say like there's a team that like going in, you're just like, oh crap! Like
Personally, or they're just good?
you just like you don't want to play this team because you just don't like the people on this team.
Oh, for personal reasons, not because they're necessarily very talented.
Yeah, I wouldn't say like you're just like, oh crap, I don't want to play Nyack or I don't want to play West Point. Like I don't want to play Cal Heat. Like you don't like these guys because
Undefeated
like
against Nyack. Just saying.
just throwing darts out there, Divine.
1-0, 1-0, and I didn't touch the court, but it's okay.
Still on the record.
I should bring that up more often.
You should. He does. I doubt he even knows who you are.
No, it's okay because I don't know who any of they are.
Yeah.
Any of them are. So, except
we're just shooting straight out here, man. You just keep shooting.
We are. It'd be false advertising if we weren't.
Exactly. So, do you got my prereqs for what I'm getting at? You picking up what I'm putting down?
Yeah.
Do you want me to go first, or you got yours?
How about you go first?
Okay.
Maybe?
So, like for me, and this is kind of weird because I'm wearing a North Carolina shirt right now. Shout out to Miles Bacon. But I always hated playing North Carolina. Like that was my least favorite people to play against. I don't know. Like it's just the attitude on the court. Like a lot of those guys, like I'm cool with all outside of the court, but like on the court, I just like did not. I was ready to fight them, and we did fight them on one occasion.
Oh, I was there for that. That was hilarious.
Yeah. That was one of the things where it's like,
how did that start?
So I'll walk you through the play. So the game, it was Armada, who at the time was just Ohio State alumni. We're playing North Carolina at I think it was Buckeye Fall Classic, and game was tied. There was like, I want to say like 15 seconds left, something like that. Carolina comes down. They shoot the ball. I save it. The ball's bouncing inside of 6. So I'm going to pick it up. Well, the North Carolina guy just dives on it and just smothers it. So he's just like inside of 6, just like guarding it now. And I'm like beating on his back, like trying to flip him over, trying to rip the ball out because there's still time left that we could go down and win. And so then the other dude like comes over and he just pushes me. He just like throws me out of the way. And so then they're all like coming at me, and I'm like, "Look."
Was that Miles that jumped in?
No,
I think you were banging on the floor next to his head or something. It was like
I definitely hit him.
It looked worse than it was.
I definitely hit him, but I didn't like. Wasn't like, I wasn't like punching him in the face. Like it was like a, like slam rip to get the ball out kind of thing. And
interesting.
because they brought a bunch of foreign guys, which I always find interesting. Like I have nothing against that. Like. My problem is like, now that we have rankings, it's essentially impossible to tell who's who on what team. But like every time they go to non-sanctioned tournaments, which is our tournaments, they just bring the superstars who don't play at all the college national events. So I'm like, but now you go back to the rankings and you're like, this was Carolina. So it's like, it's whatever. Handball doesn't really matter at this point. It's just, I just find it kind of comical sometimes. But so like I don't know how. I think the game just ended a tie. Just ended there, and if they had benches clearing, you want to fight me in my home arena with like 100 plus people here to back me up is probably the wrong move. But whatever, it is what it is. That same tournament later that weekend, our coach Tony, he tried to fight the entire Virginia team by himself. So that was comical.
Why?
They were just like, they were getting real chippy, and they were saying a bunch of stuff to him, and he doesn't take crap from nobody. And so he charged him in the shaking hands line. He like charged a guy, and we had to escort him out of the building, I think.
Jeez.
It's not the first time. He got a red card at the tournament in Milwaukee, and that was bad. That was bad.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
What was the red card over?
He was just yelling at the refs. Yeah.
Nice.
He's a fiery Macedonian. So.
And by refs you mean like guys from whatever team.
Exactly. Yeah.
Didn't know the rules.
Yes. Yep. So they gave him a red card, and
I
yeah,
don't blame them.
it is what it is. So yeah, I mean,
It,
I'd still like a lot of the UNC guys. Like I'm friends with them. It's just like when it comes to getting on the court, like that's the team I do not want to play. Like I'll play West Point, like whatever. I don't have any like emotional ties with any of them. Like it's just people, and I don't ever play any of the adult teams because I'm still a kid. So
yeah, seriously. Isn't it crazy though that like for elite, unless you live in one of the 5 cities that has a team that like is always an elite, you're never gonna play an elite. Like no matter what.
Yeah, I mean you'd have to travel a
It's
lot.
just not gonna happen.
You have to do a lot of travel.
It just doesn't happen.
You got to play
like there's
in Michael Lipov.
All these young guys. Yeah.
You got Michael Lipov, Cal Cup, West Point tournament, and Tar Heel Invitational or Blue Cup. So like,
but I'm talking like these teams already. Who they're not going to take some guy who.
Oh, you're saying to get on those teams?
Michigan. Yeah.
Oh no.
Unless you physically live there.
No.
Like so, there's
like Nyack is
again.
Nobody lives in New York for Nyack. I mean, besides like Divine and a couple other people, but like they all just fly in for tournaments and
exactly.
It's all about being in the posse.
The old boys club.
Yeah.
Of
team
handball.
Yeah, we got our own boys club.
Yeah, we do. It's cooler and better. Yeah.
So
I mean, I'm just a hot take on how handball set up.
It is. It's all about who you know. It's who you're friends with. You know, like I mean, I've played with Cal Heat in tournaments. They're pretty cool. I like a lot of those guys. I know a lot of people don't like Cal Heat, so it's like same thing with Nyack and New York City. Like, everybody's got their bad blood with somebody, and there's a lot of handball drama in America. So. Whatever. We won't get into those politics today. We just want to give you guys a little spice action there. So, but cool. That's good. Any other takes on that? Yeah. But yeah, as far as my least favorite team, I did like. There's teams I do like to play against just because it's like a good competitive team. Like Dylan from Illinois State, he was texting me just the other day because he was watching some highlight tape, and like when we'd play Illinois State as Ohio State, Illinois State, like it was a good level of competition. Like we would win like I don't know, maybe like 3 out of 5 or something like that, and every game was always like tight, competitive. Like it was good. They hated me though. They all hated me. So it was because I knew all their tricks. Like that's the thing. It's like you start to, if you take any notice of like what American handball guys do, they make the same moves every time. It's like, oh, this dude's gonna jump like Dylan, jump up, take his bounce there, runs right by him, easy goal. I mean, like clockwork, like, and he knows it, and he knows it's gonna work. So it's just funny because people don't pick up on stuff, and it's like, there's a guy at Cincinnati every time just does a spin move, like every time he gets the ball, and it's like, how do you as a defender not know that this is happening? Like it's the same situation. So that's where I get mad as a goalie because I can only yell at them enough times that they just don't listen. So you were gonna say something, and I just like rudely.
No, you're good, man. What you just said was better than what I was going to say, which was just a canned answer of I hate any team who shows up to nationals with the second team who is completely European, aka Houston, who I forever have a grudge against Houston because it was like nationals last year. It was last year. It was the first game.
Oh, we got ripped by them?
Dude, it was so we get to the gym. We're literally the first human beings in this building.
Yeah.
And like you guys like, who's not on our first off, we're playing for Philly. And it was we never met each other before 8 a.m. And then we are like chatting with the guys we're about to play. We're like, so like
who's playing what?
What's up? Like, where are you from? And this other team is like completely from Germany. Like they're like some 5th division, like so just like literally a recreational team. And but a recreational team in Germany would be the best. Like pretty much, I think they made it to the finals and lost to Alberta, who's like very
Yeah,
good
that's
team. But
another
regardless,
story. So story
yeah, we won't
on
even touch them.
Houston.
Go ahead.
Story on Houston is that they were supposed to be in elite, and they flew those dudes in from Germany because they were going to be in elite, and they didn't get into elite because, dang it, it was some BS kind of reason or whatever. So they didn't have enough points or whatever. Those dudes weren't qualified to play in elite because they hadn't
Old
played
boys
enough
club.
games.
They weren't part of the old boys
Right.
club.
So they don't get into elite. Well, now you have a team that should have been an elite that's now playing in open, and it's like this is just unfair. Because like the Philly team, as Joey said, which I didn't even know why I was there. Like I wasn't sure if I was on the team. I didn't know if I was a coach. I didn't know what I was doing. So
You're all the above.
Gabby was just trying to make things happen. So we went out there and it was just brutal.
Murder.
Yeah, it was good old fashioned beatdown. But the funny part is that they end up losing to Alberta, and it's always to me funny, which is another who actually is who, because Alberta, at least as far as their U.S. games, they always put like Alberta juniors. When you go talk to those dudes, they're all like 28. Like they're not juniors
those
at
guys
all.
Are like high schoolers.
No, they're not.
No,
I asked them after they beat us.
Serious?
I asked them after they beat us. I said, "Look, man, I've had enough of you guys being juniors." Like he's like, "Yeah, dude. Like most of us are like 25, 26. There's like one dude. There's one guy that's 19." Hit him up on
because
Twitter.
They had three who went to East.
Hit him up on Twitter.
Three who went to East.
On the team that played us at Myrtle Beach. He told me there's one guy that was like 19. You can't look at those dudes and tell them and say that they're younger than us. Like some of those dudes look like grown men.
Where my admiration for them comes from is that yes, those guys like actually look like athletes, and like they have the appearance of being like an actual travel. Like it'd be like a travel lacrosse team.
Yeah, like they got their act together. Yeah, top to bottom.
But the fact that they're 25 to 30, like kind of kills
junior team.
But they can ball. Yeah, they can ball. So good for them.
So
not the nicest people in the world, but I think that's just a Canadian thing.
That's just an Alberta thing.
Dude, people think.
I have a
hot take on Canadians.
Go. All right, go.
They're really not nice, by and large. I have a lot of great Canadian friends, but they're not like this dopey, like Rocky and Bullwinkle nice. Like
to me, it's like
they're just.
It's being mean to your face with a smile kind of thing sometimes. But the funniest thing that I had happen was that so my mom and I went to Vancouver to play in the BC Cup, which is in the British Columbia Cup, and we played.
Is that still a thing?
Yeah, they still play. Yeah, Dave still runs it. He's cool. He's a cool guy. Cool Canadian, not mean.
Shout out Dave.
Dave's the man. He's a like legit scientist. Like he's a freaking like physicist. He does a lot of cool stuff. Anyways, so my mom and I, we big fans of Triple D, with Guy Fieri, little diners, drive-ins, and dives. And he went to this place. It was called like the Red Barn or Red Door or Red Wagon, maybe. I don't know. Anyways, this place is like freaking half an hour, 45-minute bus ride out of the city. You got to take the city bus. So we're like, all right, let's do it. This is after we almost got arrested. So that's another story.
Wow.
So we get on this bus and it's like clearly sketchy, just like any city bus, and we're riding through town and we're looking out the window and there's just like people laying in the sidewalk, and we're just like, we turn to the dude behind us and we're like, what's going on out there? He's like, oh, that's the, what do you call it?
Skid Row.
No, that's where they go to pick up their syringes. Like that's the free syringe place. So they go get their drugs. And so we had a long conversation about drugs there, and he was showing me, he's got cuts all up and down his arm. He's like, I just cross the river. I don't go down it. And my mom's like, oh, okay. what's that mean? Or she like kind of just said that to me, and I was like, I'll tell you later.
I'll tell you when you're
But
more
the
grown
funniest
up.
thing he said is like, because we were talking about like, you know, we felt pretty safe in Canada, you know, and he's like, oh yeah, Canadians are mostly safe, you know, like if we want to hurt you, we're gonna ask you first, like, you know, I got this knife, I'm gonna stab you, like, where do you want to get stabbed, you know? And I was like, oh, that sounds pretty Canadian. So, but we lived to tell the tale. But the restaurant, I think it was the Red Wagon.
Yeah.
It was freaking like these heavy flapjacks, like maple flapjacks with pulled pork. So it's like pancake, pulled pork, pancake, pulled pork, pancake, just drenched in syrup. It was fantastic. Everything I had there was great. We had this fancy poutine, man. Like, you haven't lived until you had some fancy poutine, that's for sure. But yeah, so then the arrested thing.
People
like,
forget about poutine. It's delicious.
Yeah, even in the sketchy like tins, you know, it's still pretty solid. Like, can't really go wrong.
Bro, I gotta cut you off right now. I'm so sorry. We were talking just now about like prices of boats.
The river boat, yeah.
And yeah, I have Instagram open and I scrolled down and there's a friggin' advertisement for there's crazy.
Facebook is you know, Facebook owns Instagram now, and shout out to my friend Adam who works at the Facebook, but did they know everything? No,
Adam,
like, if I say
Adam sucks.
Nothing like a little great value purified drinking water to get me through the day. So now we will see some Walmart brand water bottles on social media. It's just ridiculous.
What kind of world are we living in right now?
Like they probably work for Zoom. I bet Zoom's just like gathering all this words and just like.
Dude, Zoom right now, the amount of like information and power they have is.
Dude, they got everybody. They got facial recognition out the wazoo.
Everyone important on Earth
is on Zoom right at this moment.
Right now.
So the arrested story, my mom and I, every day we take the hotel and we take the public transit to the gym. And it was like a shuttle, like a metro kind of thing. And every day we wouldn't pay because there was nobody at the station. There was no like kiosk thing. It didn't say you had to pay. So we didn't pay. The last day we're there, the cops coming through the train, and I looked at my mom and like, we gotta get off the next stop now. She's like, why? I was like, cops checking tickets. Like, when I was in Germany, like, he literally arrested this dude like right in front of me. So like,
dude,
I ain't messing around with this. So like, we get off the train, he follows me, he's like, hey, I saw you, like, let me see your ticket. And I was like, officer, I don't have a ticket.
Wait, he got off the train?
Yeah, he followed us, yeah. And I was like, officer, I don't have a ticket. He's like, oh, I remember you. And I was like, no, you don't. He's like, that's what you said last time. I was like, trust me, we've never met. And this is my mom, and we're from Ohio. And he's just like, sounds like a likely story. And my mom's like, no, we're just visiting from Ohio. Nothing, nothing to see. We didn't know you needed to buy tickets. Just, a couple of good old boys from Ohio. And yeah, he's like, all right, well, next time you make sure you pay. And we didn't pay because it was the last time. But so if you're in Canadian territory, make sure you pay. Those Mounties, they'll come get you.
They'll hop on their mooses and chase you down.
All right, so now we are going to do our 5 ingredients, and I'm going to call a random guess here. Maybe not so random because you kind of had me thinking. I'm just going to call him because he's likely to answer. So that's kind of the plus side. If he doesn't, this will be a little bit awkward. So
who?
You're going to hopefully hear soon.
Is it Finch?
It is not Finch because he told me I couldn't call Finch.
Yes. Good. Good boy.
Crap. There's no way he's in bed. This dude eats freaking lunch at this time. The anticipation is just murderous.
816.
Nope. All right. It was Mike King. It's Mike King. Oh, he's calling back. He's calling back. Hey, Mike.
Hey, sorry. the last vibration. You only tickled me a little.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm glad you called back. We actually have you live on the show right now. So this is beautiful. So I don't know how this works audio quality wise, but I hope it's good for everybody. So Mike, we're gonna ask you. You need to give us 5 ingredients, and Joey and I are gonna see what we can cook up for dinner. Is that cool?
Sure. Do you have any dietary restrictions?
No dietary restrictions. Water is an assumed ingredient if needed.
Okay. And then last preliminary question. Can I dictate certain cooked nature? Like if I said grilled onions, can I limit you in that regard?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Then obviously it'll be a recipe similar to something that my sister might cook in Finland, because the first ingredient is going to be pickled herring.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pickled herring. And obviously it's a handball podcast, so some German relish.
Jeez.
And then let's see. Pennzoil.
There's something alcoholic.
No,
Like,
it has to be edible. We cannot do anything with frickin' motor oil.
Gotcha. Okay, my fault. I wasn't clear on the rules. All right, so pickled herring, relish, celery, because the negative calories are good.
Okay.
And then we already got meat. We need grain. Couscous.
Everybody, let me pause you there. Everybody loves using couscous for this. Every time we've asked somebody, they've used couscous.
I'll be honest, it's just versatile.
Yeah,
all right, holds a ton of flavor, gives you a little different. Although I have to say, I immediately regret it. Does pair well with most seafood, but I suspect you're going to have enough trouble with the pickled herring.
Yeah.
You might want something, but deal with it. It's on the board.
Okay.
And then, sorry, I'd be faster at this.
No,
I just
you're
don't
fine.
actually cook.
We caught you off guard, so this is beautiful.
Yeah, and then plain yogurt.
Okay, plain.
It can be Greek if you like, but plain flavoring.
Optional plain Greek. Okay.
Right.
Beautiful.
My presumption is that your spice rack with such flavors as cinnamon and whatnot are inherent to the calculation.
All right, we will make note of that spices are allowed. So, okay.
All right.
Cool.
Is that all
Mike, that's
me?
all we needed. Thanks for calling in. That was perfect.
Hey, enjoy the herring. We'll talk to you later.
Yep, sounds good. Bye. Wow. I don't know that could have gone any better.
He was ready for that. Did you give him a heads up?
No, I absolutely did not.
He had our number from the beginning.
He's familiar with this segment of the show, so maybe that's why when I asked him that he was like already that dude is quick as a whip. So maybe he's our one viewer. Maybe he is the one viewer. Let me maybe see. Make sure our
he
stats
saw it coming. That'd be a plot twist.
We have 2 viewers, so maybe that's him.
What?
I don't know. Yeah, we have 2 viewers. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Thank you.
Howdy.
Okay.
Can you see the
It doesn't
chat?
say. They aren't chatting. They're silent. Like freaking. What is that?
Chat,
What's the
if
saying?
you can hear us,
like,
say something.
Fly on the wall.
Just
We got
say
a bunch
something.
of flies on the wall. Freaking Juice Swag ASAP Heroes not getting any action in here, and neither is. I won't repeat the name of the next person in our feed.
What are they saying? Hold on, wait.
They're not saying anything. It's just their name of their username.
I'm gonna get on this.
Yeah, up our viewership quantity here.
Well, hey, if you're listening and if you can actually hear us, type something. If you have a funny Twitch name, engage with us.
We're looking at you, Brendan. We know it's you. Okay.
Brendan.
All right. So let's look at Mike's. Let's look at what we got here. So we got pickled herring, we got German relish, celery, couscous, and a plain yogurt.
So let's look at Mike's.
Oh, you gotta mute your.
Yeah, I muted it. This is kind of fun.
Good. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool, right? You know.
We got 45 total views, or is that? Oh no, that's from last week. Sorry, I'm getting distracted.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
That's fine. Digging into the Twitch, just
throw it all in a blender. How about that?
I don't know. I don't know about that. That's. I'm thinking
No.
the yogurt's where I'm torn because I'd oh man, because like obviously the German relish and like the pickled herring you can't do anything with, so you just put that over the couscous. So now we're at like the relish, the celery, and the yogurt. So I'm envisioning a couscous. Maybe we no, we can't put the. I don't know what happens to couscous if we beef it up with some yogurt, you know? Because you could probably.
I feel like that's actually a dish.
Yeah?
Yeah, I feel like I've had like couscous with yogurt at some point.
All right.
Or like some kind of dish.
Okay, so
Maybe
then.
not.
All right, so maybe we're at the side dish is a yogurt couscous. And then, like, do we put the. I don't know what to do with the. I don't know what to do with the relish. Like, do we put it in with the couscous?
Or you just gotta throw it
just
in
eat the relish by itself.
Cut your losses, man.
Yeah, because
it's like the salad.
You don't just eat the relish, though, right? I mean,
hey, man, when life gives you relish,
you make relish. Because
Yeah.
I've never had pickled herring, but it sounds pretty gross. Not gonna lie.
Sound pleasant.
Mike gave us.
Don't lie to us.
We gotta stop asking people for such hard. I should have called somebody else. God bless. Kaylee gave us all those hard ones. Now we got this. Like, I figured this would be a lot easier to come up with. Like, the relish is what's throwing me, because like the celery we can just throw on top of the herring and it doesn't do anything. It's a useless, as Mike said, a 0-calorie additive.
That was nice of him to give us that.
Yeah.
That was.
But I don't think you can just put the relish on the herring. So like, how do we doctor up the relish to make? Do we like cook it? Can we cook it down?
You can't put it on the.
I just think it would probably be gross. You have
it's pickled herring. It's going to be gross regardless.
Fair, because it's going to need a sauce, right? You can't just like pull it out of the jar and be like.
You don't want to know you're eating pickled herring when you're eating pickled herring. So
Fair.
You might as well disguise it with some relish.
Oh gosh. Oh man. Okay. All right. We will. I'm gonna say we're gonna couscous and yogurt with. I think we could like cook down the relish and put it in to the couscous yogurt combo, and then we could make a broth. No, what I'm trying to think what to do with the
How
herring,
do you
though.
cook relish? And what?
I don't know. Just put it in a pan and add some oil and just kind of liquefy it a little bit, and that way when we mix it up into the couscous, it's less like thick. You know what I mean? Like, because like what I'm envisioning for relish is just like, you know, and I don't want to just throw that into the yogurt. So I don't know. We're too deep.
Yeah,
we'll ask Kaylee. We will ask Kaylee. She'll have an answer. We'll get back to you next week, everybody. All right, stay tuned for next week.
Stick a pin in that one.
All right, we're approaching our 10-minute mark, and we got 2 topics left. So we're gonna go hot and heavy here.
What? We got 2?
We got 2 topics left. Yeah.
Woof.
We got the draft and our Irish All-Star team. So, real quick, I'm gonna pull up our draft breakdown. And it's this one. Yes. So, as you can see, let me click there. We had a first ever American Handball Draft last week, and it was a lot of technical difficulties on my end. We were trying to do a Zoom call and have some managers on the team, some draft analysts on the call, a couple of the athletes in the draft on the call. unfortunately for Will Kennedy, he was on the call the entire time and was not drafted. It's a sad day. Sad day. He was probably the top prospect. In all seriousness, he was probably the top prospect to come into the draft. That being said, Will is he signed an unrestricted free agent deal with Houston for the time being. It's a 1 year, no money contract, but he's looking to go take his talents overseas. So it's easy. He's got a clause in there, I think, in his contract that says he's allowed to leave at any time. So it's a pretty good deal. Anyways, the rest of the draft, you might see the Armada's name up there quite a few times. So they made quite a few selections, as well as the Madison Mutiny, which is the sister team. So Columbus doing work. But I see Detroit got a couple picks in there. Joey, you happy with any of those picks?
Oh, yeah, I'm thrilled.
Okay, good. It's good to hear. It's good to hear. You took Jack Moon.
It was a great handball.
Jack Moon, number 10 overall. He was a right wing at a Flint, Michigan, University of Michigan Flint campus. So, not a lot of film on Jack, but heard he's an entertainer. He knows how to really, bring a crowd, maybe some cool, new, exciting plays.
Wrestle a bear.
Yeah, free corn dogs. I'm pretty sure he's known for bringing free corn dogs.
Corn dogs, Jackie. People want corn dogs.
So Jack was a great pick for you at number 10. And then at 18, you had Jim Peckham coming out of Ohio State. He's, as well as Columbus State, he was dual athlete. Jim's well known for his accolades at Flanders. So
is he a real person?
Yeah, he's a real person.
Does he actually want to play for Detroit?
He was supposed to move back home, which is northwest.
Is he from
Ohio.
Detroit?
He's from west of Toledo. So,
all right.
But word on the street is he might be taking a job in Iowa, so he's pretty much going to be done with him.
Wow. If he wants to move to Iowa, I don't want him a part of my team.
It's one of those things, man. Money talks, and Iowa doesn't. So, I don't know. I know a buddy, he just took a job in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, making some serious cash money, but the quality of living is very, very poor. So, but he's happy to just work and make some big bucks real quick, then come back.
With the weather and everything, he doesn't like living down there?
I mean, it's like very much still the South. So
I kind of low-key like the South, man.
I'm not gonna bring the segregation side of things into this, but yeah, there's still.
Whoa! Hey, you can't be racist towards all Southerners just because it's the South. I mean, obviously
there's still like Confederate flags and junk.
That history.
You
get that in Northern Michigan.
It's true. It is true.
Literally in Lansing during these protests, which never a good look when you're trying to make a point. Oh yeah, let's bring out the Confederate flag. Not a good look, but anywhere you go.
Goodness gracious.
You don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
You don't want to be the Confederate flag guy, that's for sure.
But yeah, he said people are it's like a mixed bag of people down there. Like, it's college town with LSU, and so you got the college kids, but then you got like the old homers, that are just kind of like, yeah, back in my day, like, yeah, we used to be able to do all this, and now I can't do none of that. And so he also is like not a big gun guy, and I guess every weekend, like, people just all they do is hunt. So it's like, all right, guess not for you, man. But yeah, he works at Shell, so it's good stuff.
Shell,
yeah. So cool. But that was the draft. The Armada's pretty pumped. We had Max Littman on the draft last week. He's big. He's the owner as the Armada. And he was making a lot of deals. Yeah,
I thought you were the owner.
I ain't nothing, JD. Man. I'm just a guy on the team.
What are you talking about, man? Don't give up your. Don't do that.
Max has owned it from the beginning.
He set it up.
He owns the rights to. Yeah. He Do you know how we got the name?
How?
I spent literally months trying to come up with like a cool name, and like I was like pretty set on the Columbus craze, and I was gonna have White Castle.
Oh, that would have been a
or,
cool name.
I was gonna or Crave, and I was gonna have White Castle be the sponsor, and we get Crave cases after every game. And again, I would have had to make that deal with White Castle, which would have been a bit of a sell. But
what's wrong with that? Hey, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
That's true,
and that would have been cool.
So then Max comes
as much
to
as
me.
I do love the Armada.
He comes to me. He's like, "How about the Columbus Armada?" And I was like, "Dang, son!" And he already had a logo and everything. And I was like, "All right, well, this ship has sailed." So
decision's been made.
The thing is that the Columbus Armada, he bought the rights to the name. Was a hockey team, an online hockey team that he and his buddies made in high school as a joke. So like, if you look up the Columbus Armada, like you're gonna see a bunch of like random like hockey references and stuff like that, because like it's still like pseudo tied to that. So we're
interesting.
Hopefully the handball side is like pushing that out, since that was from like 6 or 8 years ago. But yeah, that's how Armada got its start. So
interesting. Huh.
Yeah.
No kidding.
All right.
Yeah, I thought you were the owner proprietor.
No. Nope.
But I
do manage a lot of it because
Max is nothing without you. He's nothing without you.
He's all over the place. He ain't watching. You ain't watching. So
yeah, he doesn't have the grit.
So yeah. So that was Max, and that was the draft. So next year, hopefully we can have like a more real draft, and it'll go a little bit smoother. So, all right, we're going to try to keep things under our hour mark here. So we're going to get to our last topic, which is the Irish All-Star team. So,
which was honestly the topic I've been excited for.
Yeah, I know. So we might go a little bit over just because of the how excited we were for this. So I did some research on my squad, and I know you kind of put it together. So to get everybody up to speed, Rasmus Boysen, as well as the Uninformed Handball Hour, and several other handball enthusiasts around the world have been putting together their handball all-star teams from either that team in general or the last decade or whatever it may be. So Joey and I, to give a homage to our Irish friends, we decided to come up with our own Irish all-star team. So basically, we just
just love to do that with every other country, especially with the U.S., an all-star team of athletes. So we want to throw it.
Dude, let's get like freaking Max Scherzer to play handball. Mike Trout. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, thanks.
Let's not forget about our Irish friends.
Yeah,
they've got
talent. Yeah, they got talent. Yeah, they got what? Okay, so Joey, why don't you? Do you want to just hit your whole squad, or you want to do a position in each, or what are you thinking here?
Let's just run down the list here.
Okay,
and then we can give our commentary after each. So, for my Irish All-Star Handball Dream Team, at left wing we have Enya, the beloved singer, and I also want to add too, this is a co-ed squad, so we don't discriminate here. The Irish are very progressive, and I'm sure
I apologize to the women viewers we have that I do not have any women on my team, so I apologize.
It's okay. Enya makes up for that. So we have Enya, the Lucky Charms leprechaun, at right wing because he's short and he can use magic. Conor McGregor at pivot, mainly because the dude, if anyone touches him, he can just kill them. So excellent pivot. And then Bono at goalkeeper because he's trying to save the planet, and I figure he can, in the process, save some shots. At center back, Liam Neeson. And then right back, Kyle from the Disney film The Luck of the Irish, which if you're familiar with that film, it's clear why we would put him at right back. He's a natural choice for the position, and probably if I were to make a guess, a star of the team. Left back, we have Patrick O'Houlihan in his prime.
That was a key clarification there, because when you sent that to me, I'm like, Patches at left back. He's in a freaking wheelchair. Like, what
In
is
parentheses.
who's the
his-
guy from Backyard Baseball in the wheelchair? Oh, dang it. That's who I was thinking of when you.
Pablo Sanchez.
No, not Pablo Sanchez. Anyways, not important. So move along.
And then finally rounding out the roster, James Joyce, the beloved
Poet.
Yes, the author of Ulysses, which, I figure since we have such a variety of talent on this team, he could devise a game plan that would be just as discombobulated and disorienting as any sentence from the book Ulysses. So that's my squad.
All right.
That was my rationale.
I buy
Top of the morning too.
It is morning for them. I mean, it's they're 5 hours ahead, I think. So it's 3 a.m. So cool. I have a slideshow that I put together for mine because I was a little bit ready and I forgot Joey's pick. So let me see if I can get that here. So I got the music going on. I'm going to turn that down a smidge because it's probably too a little loud. So for me, I have. Oh, dang it, where's my list? I can go through each person. So we have St. Patrick. St. Patrick playing goalkeeper because he's got freaking miracle powers to he kicked the snakes out of Ireland. I have Bono at right wing. I looked it up. He's left-handed, so most people probably didn't know that. Yeah, so I had Conor McGregor at right back because he's probably got a filthy swim move, and he's real elusive. So that's a good pick there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got George Best at center back,
except for from Nate Diaz and Khabib. But
true. So George Best at center back, who's a soccer star. I got the leprechaun from Lucky Charms at left wing. Small but quick. He's like you said, he's got the magic. Liam Neeson, defensive specialist. Do you want to really mess with Liam Neeson? Do you want to get through him? Absolutely not. Left back, I looked this guy up. Paul O'Connell. This dude is a monster rugby player. He's like 6'8" or something. Just looks jacked. And at coach, none other than Patches O'Houlihan. So I think that was my whole squad. Let me make sure we got. Shane Lowry at pivot because he's just a behemoth. So probably not good at throwing or anything like that. But I mean, he's a big dude. Like you're gonna have to push him out of the way. So
he's got the X factor.
Yeah, so that was kind of my squad, and I like your ideas on your squad. So I think we mesh those. We got a bench. We combine our teams. We got a solid bench, and so I'll be interested to see.
All I'm saying is, that list is better than any list Rasmus Boysen or any other person has put together. So
I'm gonna send this to Chris and Alex and Brian from Uninformed Handball Hour, and we'll see what they got to say.
Go toe to toe with these guys.
You've been going after real last minute, everybody. But Joey has been going after the simulated handball. I don't even know what it is.
They're cowards. All I'm saying is whoever runs that is a coward, and they don't want the world to be.
I don't know what it is. I don't
put in a simulation. All I know is that they're scared, and I think I do know what it is. I think it's an excuse for them to not match up Detroit Handball Club versus Barcelona. That's all. That's all it is. Really, it's just something to exclude the Americans from. Seriously, and if they knew what was good for them, they would put us in the mix. Match us up with the big dogs. When you're the new kid on the block, when you're the new kid, I can't even speak. I'm this enthusiastic. When you're the new kid on the block, all right, you got to go into the playground with the mindset of I'm going to punch the biggest, baddest dude on the playground in the face. And in this circumstance, that's Barcelona. Barcelona, you better watch yourself. Whether it's the simulated world or the real world, we're coming for you. And you don't want to square up against Detroit because we will. We will Bill Lambier you.
I wouldn't mess with Detroit. People know Detroit now. The Last Dance is on right now.
Barcelona doesn't want you either. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. That's the brand of handball we play. All right. So better. It's actually, I want to thank the simulated handball people for not putting us up against Barcelona because we wouldn't want to hurt them, and we wouldn't want to hurt their pride. And I can't imagine the shame that they would feel having to look their families in the eyes after the utter ASS whooping we would hand them, whether it's in the virtual world or the real world. So you can put me on the record in saying that.
I just want to know what's going on, because like Chris and Marcio are like commenting on it, but they're just a goal happens and then like they just say like, all right, they scored, and I watched it for like
Well,
a
it's
couple
clear
minutes,
that they want
and
it.
I was like, yeah, no,
It's clear
like,
that they want to see the matchup. They want to see
yeah,
Detroit.
yeah. I
Like,
think
they want
everybody does.
the razzle dazzle, the nonstop action that would occur during that game. It's clear. I mean, Chris.
It would be,
Chris,
in fact, nonstop.
they want it. They want it, but the shadow bosses in charge of the Simulated Handball Federation and don't want to give the people what they want, and that's fine. That's their prerogative. But I'm just going to sit here and call them out.
Good. And it's been, folks, Joey has been relentless, which is good. It's good. He's good on the meme game. I got to step up my meme game. So cool. All right. Well, I think we did a pretty good job of like not insulting too many people and keeping it pretty cool. So hopefully,
except for the cowards who run the Simulated Handball Federation, cowards.
I would also shout out the coward who did. Oh, Ryan D. Don't like that thing on JD's head. Ryan, this is my
Ryan Peterson.
No, Ryan. It's Ryan Davis from Ohio State Team Handball. Ryan, this is my all-board bucket hat that Joey gave me. It's kind of
Ryan.
It's my thing.
That was a gift from me to him. You better watch yourself.
If you were like an avid viewer of the show,
just jealous. He's just jealous, Shady.
We'll just let haters hate. It's fine. He's probably still not even watching by now. Like there's no way. Ryan, comment if you're even listening. He's not. He ain't gonna.
Ryan, you have no balls.
Nothing.
No balls.
He's ballless, Cotton.
You're a coward.
So, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you everyone who tuned in and will eventually tune in. This was a pretty solid show. As we said, we were going to go a little bit over the hour.
Shout out to our future listeners.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, cool. Joe, you got any send-offs?
Barcelona, we're coming for you.
You heard it. You heard it, Barca. Barcelona.
Watch yourself.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks, everybody, and we'll catch you next time.
Awesome. We ended up